Hedonism, the pursuit of pleasure and avoidance of pain, has been a central theme in human culture for centuries. It's a philosophy often misunderstood as reckless indulgence, but in reality it captures something far more universal: the innate human desire for joy, freedom, and fulfillment. One of the most intriguing ways hedonism manifests in modern life is through pop culture. From blockbuster movies to chart-topping music and even viral moments in media, the hedonistic spirit is alive and well. Movies, for instance, often use hedonism as both a plot driver and a lens to explore deeper questions about human behavior. Take The Wolf of Wall Street, for example, a film that dives headfirst into the excesses of wealth, power, and material indulgence. The characters live extravagant lives of luxury, yet their stories are also cautionary tales. The film highlights the hedonistic allure of success while exposing the emptiness and chaos that can follow unrestrained indulgence. Leonardo DiCaprio's portrayal of Jordan Belfort showcases a man consumed by his desires, offering a powerful exploration of hedonism's dual nature: pleasure and self-destruction. Contrast that with a film like Eat, Pray, Love, where the protagonist embarks on a journey to rediscover herself through food, spirituality, and love. While less chaotic, the story captures a more intentional form of hedonism, one rooted in self-care and the search for balance. Through this lens, hedonism is no longer about indulgence for its own sake, but about finding joy and fulfillment in life's small, meaningful pleasures. These two films illustrate the wide spectrum of hedonism in cinema, from its most extreme forms to its subtler, more reflective expressions. Music, too, has long been a vehicle for hedonistic themes. From rock and roll anthems to modern-day pop hits, songs celebrating pleasure, freedom, and rebellion dominate the charts. Think of Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now," an unapologetic celebration of living in the moment. The song's energy and lyrics capture the essence of hedonism. "I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball." It's a rallying cry for embracing joy and defying constraints, a hedonistic anthem for the ages. In hip-hop and pop, artists like Beyoncé and Drake often blend themes of empowerment and indulgence. Beyoncé's Partition is a seductive ode to freedom and self-expression, while Drake's God's Plan juxtaposes personal success with generosity and gratitude, offering a more complex take on hedonistic pleasure. These songs reflect the multifaceted nature of hedonism in music. It's not just about excess, but also about celebrating life's highs in a way that feels authentic and personal. But pop culture's relationship with hedonism isn't always celebratory. In some cases, it serves as a mirror, reflecting the darker consequences of unchecked pleasure-seeking. Movies like Requiem for a Dream delve into the devastating effects of addiction, showing how the pursuit of pleasure can spiral into self-destruction. These narratives act as cautionary tales, warning viewers about the cost of chasing immediate gratification without consideration for long-term consequences. Beyond movies and music, hedonism has also woven its way into other aspects of pop culture, from literature to viral internet moments. Take, for instance, the rise of the "treat yourself" mantra, popularized by shows like Parks and Recreation. This iconic phrase has become a cultural touchstone, encouraging people to embrace self-indulgence in small ways. Whether it's splurging on a decadent dessert or buying that expensive outfit, "treat yourself" taps into the idea that occasional indulgence is not only acceptable but necessary for happiness. It's a playful modern spin on hedonistic values, packaged with humor and relatability. Similarly, social media has become a hotbed for hedonistic expression. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are filled with images and videos showcasing luxury vacations, gourmet meals, and extravagant lifestyles. Influencers craft narratives centered on pleasure and abundance, offering their followers a curated glimpse into a life seemingly free from worry. While these visuals can inspire others to pursue their own moments of joy, They also highlight the tension between genuine hedonism and performative indulgence. Are these influencers truly living pleasurable lives, or are they chasing validation through external displays of success? The dichotomy between authentic and surface-level hedonism is particularly evident in celebrity culture. Figures like Kanye West and Rihanna have built personas rooted in unapologetic self-expression and indulgence. Rihanna's Fenty Beauty and Savage X. Fenty lines don't just sell products, they sell empowerment and confidence, encouraging consumers to revel in their individuality. Kanye West, on the other hand, embodies a more polarizing form of hedonism, blending creative brilliance with controversial excess. His actions and art often spark debates about the line between celebrating pleasure and crossing into self-absorption. Television also plays a significant role in exploring hedonistic themes. Shows like Succession delve into the lives of ultra-wealthy characters whose pursuit of power and pleasure often leads to chaos. The Roy family's lavish lifestyles and unrelenting ambition paint a vivid picture of excess gone awry. Yet the show also asks deeper questions about the human cost of hedonism. Are these characters truly happy, or are they trapped in a cycle of never-ending desire? Succession forces viewers to confront the darker side of hedonism, where the quest for pleasure becomes an unquenchable thirst. Contrast this with a show like The Great British Bake Off, where hedonism takes on a much gentler form. The series celebrates the joy of creating and sharing delicious treats, emphasizing community and the simple pleasure of baking. It's a reminder that hedonism doesn't have to be grand or excessive. It can be as simple as savoring a slice of cake with friends. Even video games have embraced hedonistic elements, offering players escapist experiences filled with adventure, luxury, and gratification. Games like Grand Theft Auto 5 allow players to live out fantasies of wealth, power, and rebellion, tapping into the same hedonistic impulses that drive movies like The Wolf of Wall Street. Yet, other games like Animal Crossing celebrate slower, simpler pleasures, such as building a community, designing a home, or enjoying nature. These contrasting styles of gameplay highlight the broad spectrum of hedonism and its appeal to different audiences. Hedonism in pop culture doesn't just entertain, it also serves as a lens through which we examine societal values and tensions. For example, the rise of reality TV in the early 2000s ushered in a new era of voyeuristic hedonism. Shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the Real Housewives franchises invite viewers to indulge in the drama, luxury, and over-the-top lifestyles of their stars. These programs celebrate excess in a way that feels accessible yet aspirational, blurring the line between entertainment and cultural commentary. At the same time, these shows often provoke questions about authenticity and fulfillment. While their stars appear to lead glamorous lives, they are often portrayed as grappling with personal challenges and relational conflicts. This dynamic forces viewers to confront a paradox. Is this portrayal of hedonism truly enviable, or does it highlight the hollowness that can accompany unchecked indulgence? In this way, reality TV becomes more than just mindless entertainment. It reflects the cultural fascination with and critique of hedonistic values. Hedonism also finds its way into fashion, a realm that thrives on self-expression and indulgence. High fashion campaigns often embrace themes of sensuality, extravagance, and pleasure. Designers like Versace, Alexander McQueen, and Gucci regularly craft collections that celebrate decadence, using bold colors, luxurious materials, and provocative designs to evoke desire. Runway shows become spectacles of hedonistic creativity, where every piece feels like an invitation to revel in beauty and extravagance. At the same time, fast fashion introduces a more accessible form of hedonism. Brands like Zara and H&M allow consumers to quickly and affordably chase trends, feeding into the instant gratification culture. While this democratization of style aligns with the hedonistic pursuit of pleasure, it also raises questions about sustainability and the consequences of prioritizing short-term joy over long-term impact. Here again, pop culture reflects the tension between pleasure and responsibility. Modern festivals and events also serve as hubs for hedonistic expression. Music festivals like Coachella and Burning Man are celebrated not just for their performances, but for the sensory experiences they offer. From elaborate art installations to extravagant outfits and immersive environments, these events embody hedonism in its purest form, living in the moment, celebrating creativity, and pushing boundaries. Burning Man, in particular, epitomizes a unique brand of hedonism that combines radical self-expression with communal values, creating a space where pleasure and purpose coexist. Yet, the hedonism of these festivals often comes with a flip side. The cost of attending such events and the curated, performative nature of social media coverage can make these experiences feel exclusionary or shallow to some. Are these gatherings about authentic pleasure, or are they stages for displaying status and clout? Pop culture's relationship with hedonism remains nuanced, oscillating between celebration and critique. Perhaps the most striking modern example of hedonism's influence is in the realm of luxury branding. Companies like Apple, Tesla, and Louis Vuitton don't just sell products. They sell experiences and lifestyles rooted in desire and exclusivity. An iPhone isn't just a phone, it's a symbol of technological mastery and personal sophistication. A Tesla isn't just a car, it's a status symbol and an expression of forward-thinking indulgence. These brands masterfully tap into hedonistic impulses, appealing to our desire for pleasure, convenience, and recognition. As we reach the culmination of hedonism's role in pop culture, it's clear that the philosophy extends far beyond mere indulgence. Hedonism in modern media often serves as a mirror, reflecting our collective desires and fears, while simultaneously shaping the way we think about happiness and fulfillment. Streaming platforms like Netflix and HBO provide some of the most thought-provoking examples of hedonistic storytelling. Series like Euphoria and White Lotus delve into the complexities of pleasure-seeking in a modern world. Euphoria offers a raw, unfiltered look at how young people navigate the pursuit of pleasure through relationships, substance use, and self-expression. While the show often highlights the destructive consequences of excess, it also humanizes its characters' yearning for connection and escape, offering a nuanced exploration of hedonistic themes. White Lotus, on the other hand, critiques the hedonism of the wealthy, juxtaposing their luxurious vacations with the emotional emptiness that often accompanies privilege. Its characters indulge in the finest comforts, yet struggle with discontent and fractured relationships. The show holds up a magnifying glass to modern hedonism, asking whether the pursuit of pleasure without self-awareness or purpose ultimately leads to fulfillment or isolation. At the same time, hedonism's softer side is celebrated in shows like Ted Lasso, where simple joys, kindness, and human connection take center stage. While not explicitly hedonistic, the show embraces the philosophy's core tenets of finding happiness in the present and prioritizing relationships over material success. These contrasting depictions show that pop culture doesn't just glorify hedonism, it interrogates and redefines it. Social media has amplified this dynamic even further, democratizing access to hedonistic experiences while intensifying the pressure to project an idealized version of pleasure. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are filled with content that glorifies luxury, travel, and indulgence, creating a global marketplace of aspiration. But this accessibility comes with a cost. The pressure to curate a perfect life often turns the pursuit of pleasure into a performative act, where the joy of experience is overshadowed by the need for validation. The intersection of hedonism and technology isn't limited to social media. The rise of virtual reality, VR, and the metaverse is poised to redefine how we experience pleasure. From immersive gaming to virtual social events, technology is creating new ways to satisfy our hedonistic impulses. Imagine stepping into a VR landscape where every sensory desire can be fulfilled, from exploring stunning virtual worlds to engaging in hyper-realistic interactions. While this innovation offers exciting possibilities, it also raises questions about the ethics and limits of digitally mediated pleasure. As we reflect on the role of hedonism in pop culture, one thing becomes clear: its influence is vast and multifaceted. From the seductive allure of luxury brands to the raw explorations of excess in shows and films, hedonism serves as both a celebration and a critique of the human desire for pleasure. It inspires us to embrace joy, connection, and creativity, while also cautioning against the emptiness that can accompany unchecked indulgence. Ultimately, the hedonism we see in pop culture is a reflection of ourselves, our hopes, our fears, and our unrelenting quest for meaning. It challenges us to consider what pleasure truly means in our own lives. Is it found in fleeting indulgences, or in the deeper connections and experiences that sustain us? By engaging with these narratives, we can better understand not only the role of hedonism in our culture, but also the ways we can shape our own pursuit of happiness. Hedonism in pop culture isn't just about movies, music, or media. It's a conversation about how we live, what we value, and how we find fulfillment in a world that offers both endless temptations and profound opportunities for joy. The question isn't whether hedonism is right or wrong, it's how we choose to embrace its lessons in ways that enrich our lives.